The English top flight is considered, year after year, the most valuable league in the world. According to the Transfermarkt portal, specializing in transfers, her total market value is €9.19 billion. The rights to broadcast the competition are sold for 3 years. In the 3-year period valid from 2019 to 2022, the collection was €5.57 billion. In the case of the current season, they were bought for €6.8 billion, valid until 2025, going against the constant growth of the world market. Before proceeding, if you're new here, subscribe to the channel and don't forget to activate the notification icon to receive all our new videos. No wonder English clubs are, on average, the most valuable in the world. Of the 10 most expensive, 6 are from England: Manchester City, Liverpool, Chelsea, Tottenham, Manchester United and Arsenal. Below is a list of the 10 most expensive Premier League squads. 10. Everton. From the city of Liverpool, Everton has its squad valued at €380.7 million. His squad has familiar faces, such as Yerry Mina, formerly of Palmeiras, and Jordan Pickford, who was one of the highlights of England at the 2018 World Cup. However, currently his most valuable player is Dominic Calvert-Lewin, a 25-year-old English striker. The striker is valued at €40 million by Transfermarkt. Until the beginning of this season, this position was occupied by Richarlison, a Brazilian striker who became a reinforcement for Tottenham, who will later appear in the list, for €50 million. Even though they are in 10th place in relation to the value of their squad, the team led by Frank Lampard ended the 2021 and 22 season in 16th place, in a recovery suffered in the final stretch of the championship. 9. West Ham. In 9th position comes the first team from London on this list, West Ham. The Hammers are valued at €394 million. Declan Rice, a promising 23-year-old English midfielder, leads by far in the team's market values, as it is valued at €80 million. In the previous season, the London team surprised in the Premier League, finishing in 7th place, which earned a place in the UEFA Conference League. 8. Aston Villa. The Birmingham team opens the 8th position in an unprecedented way. The most valuable player in the squad is, in fact, one of the reinforcements for this season. Diego Carlos, a 29-year-old Brazilian defender, arrived from Sevilla ESP for €31 million. However, his market value, according to Transfermarkt, is €40 million. Who was already part of the team before the current season and who is not left behind in the dispute is another Brazilian, Douglas Luiz. The 24-year-old midfielder is valued at €38 million. In total, the value of the squad exceeds €502 million. In the 2021-22 season, the team led by Steven Gerrard finished in 14th place. 7. Leicester. Historical champions in the 2015-16 season, Leicester City arrives in 7th place for the 2022-23 season with a squad valued at €511.5 million. Of this amount, €60 million are concentrated on the Nigerian midfielder, Wilfred Ndidi, 25 years old. Ndidi joined the cast in 2017. In the previous edition of the Premier League, the team won the 8th position. 6. Arsenal. Opening the famous English Big Six, Arsenal's squad takes another big leap between one position and another in relation to values. Stuffed with stars, the squad of the London team is valued at €677 million. The main jewel is Bukayo Saka, a 20-year-old English midfielder, considered one of the most promising of the new English generation. The number 7 shirt has a market value of €65 million. The previous season, Saka was one of the finalists for the Premier League Best Young Player award, but lost to Manchester City's Phil Foden, who won for the second year in a row. The London team finished 5th in the last edition. 5. Manchester United. Opening the top 5, considered by many the greatest English team, Manchester United. Owner of 13 Premier League titles, the current Red Devils are valued at €708.8 million. Regarding market values, the main player of the team is Bruno Fernandes. The 27-year-old Portuguese midfielder has a value of €85 million. The number 8 reinforced United in 2020. In the 2021-22 season, a disappointment, he won 6th place, staying out of the UEFA Champions League. 4.
Tottenham.
Interestingly, from 4th to 1st place, the list is exactly the same as the 2021-22 Premier League season standings. Therefore, in 4th place on the list comes Tottenham. Also from London, the Spurs squad is valued at €749.3 million. The main star is Harry Kane, a 29-year-old English striker. The number 10, who has been at the club since 2011, is valued at €90 million.
3.
Chelsea. Opening the top 3, comes Chelsea. The reigning world champions and winners of the 2020-21 edition of the UEFA Champions League are valued at €866.7 million in total. Illustrating the photo above is Mason Mount, a 23-year-old English midfielder, considered the jewel of the Blues. Its market value of €75 million supports its star status.
2.
Liverpool. The runners-up of the 2021-22 Premier League and the Champions League of the same season are valued at €870 million. The Reds' main star is Mohamed Salah, a 30-year-old Egyptian right-winger. He was one of the 3 finalists for the Best Player in the World award last season.
Its current market value is €90 million. 1. Manchester City.
To be champions in the Premier League and in total market value is not easy, but citizens did it. Manchester City is the most valuable team in the world, being the only one to surpass the €1 billion mark. A big factor for this is the club's biggest reinforcement for this season, Erling Haaland. The 22-year-old Norwegian sensation competes with Kylian Mbappe for the position of the greatest promise in world football. The striker is valued at €150 million, being the second most valuable in the world, behind only the Frenchman, who is worth €10 million more. In addition, City have the 4th most expensive athlete, Phil Foden. The 22-year-old midfielder is considered England's biggest prospect, which serves to justify his €90 million price tag.